What's up, guys? Mickey Gamonal here, back again for another mini quiz Monday. Very excited today. I am going to be highlighting a really cool question from an outstanding recruiter, so let's get into it. Alrighty, guys. The awesome recruiter that I am highlighting today is Staff Sergeant Malum. He is found on Instagram at Mayhem Army Recruiter, and he's great. He's been doing a lot of really cool stuff to help soldiers get into the Army, help recruits get into the Army. He does ASVAB questions once in a while. He also has like a really cool pie thing where you can do like pie your recruiter, or the recruiter gets to pie you, and then like push-ups based on your ASVAB score. So it's something a little bit more fun to kind of lighten the load. A lot of students who are studying for the ASVAB get super zeroed in, and that can produce a lot of test anxiety. So if you can find a way to have a little more fun with it, in my experience, that's going to help a lot of you guys out. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this question. So I did give away the answer, but that's okay, right? Hopefully you can pause here, try the question on your own, see if you can understand it, and then go from there. All right, so the question is, a train travels 60 miles per hour. How far in 2.5 hours? This is a great question about rates. So whenever you see miles per hour, what that means is miles per hour. Whatever amount of distance, and that's what speed is, right? Speed is equal to distance over time. And in this case, it's miles per hour. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, okay, we'll just multiply 60 by times 2.5. And that's great, right? If you're already there and you know, okay, this is the rate at which I'm doing something. If I do something for X amount of time, that's going to tell me how much was done. If you already understand that concept, that's great. But for a lot of people out there, anytime they see a fraction, they freeze, right? And so what you want to do is you want to make sure that you understand the concept behind the math. And that's going to be what most math tests are set up to do, is to see, do you understand this concept? Not can you just remember, certain formulas or anything like that. Do you get the idea of what's behind it? So 60 miles per hour, how far in 2.5 hours? Now, one cool way that you could do this is you could say, okay, I need 2.5 hours. And in the first hour, that's 60 miles. And so in the second hour, that would be another 60 miles. And in the extra 0.5, right, the extra 30 minutes, well, that's going to be half of whatever that distance was. So whatever half of 60 is. So we'll say this amount, which would be, if you know the math right away in your head, 30. And so a lot of people are going to say, okay, right away, 150. And that's the way I solved it too. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? If you know how to solve it in your head quickly, okay, 60 times 2.5. What's 2.5 times 60? Well, 2 60s is 120. And then another half of a 60 is 30. So 120 plus 30, it's going to make the 150. That's going to be the way most people are going to solve this question. But understanding the concept behind it, all you have to do is you do speed times time is going to give you the distance. And so that you can do it that way as well. You can just go through, okay, so 60 times 2.5, and that's going to give you that same 150. And so just so that you get to see it in a different way, which is exactly what I do whenever I'm tutoring, I'm going to show you 3 or 4 ways to answer every single question. And I know a lot of you guys think, oh, well, I already understand one way. And that's great, right? What you want to do is build out multiple ways to understand every single question. That way you never run into a question that you don't know what to do. And ASVAB's got a ton of rates, and rates are highly related to proportions. So be ready for that, right? So if you get a lot of proportion questions, a lot of rate questions, you want to understand the different ways to go through and solve it. And so in this case, we'll do a 60 times 2.5. So there's a decimal up there. You do place value 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 6 is 30. Shift over because now I'm timesing one place value over. And so 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 6 is 12. Add this up, I get 1,500, but there's a decimal in the question. Anytime there's a decimal in the question of the multiplication, all you got to do is move that decimal into the answer. So there's 0 decimal places here, 1 decimal place there. So I'm just going to move it 1 decimal place total, and that's going to be my answer, which is the same as this 150. It's just different ways of showing the same concept, okay? Last thing again, go out, follow Mayhem Army Recruiter. He's great. He's a great recruiter. He's definitely out there trying to help soldiers. So give him a follow. And then if you are interested in getting some ASVAB help, my ASVAB Bootcamp is going to be starting very, very soon. It's going to start November 3rd. And I'm only taking the first 15 students. I've already got a couple so far. So I'm going to fill that class to the 15, but I'm not going to take any more because I want to keep the class size small enough that all 15 of you guys increase your score. And just so you guys know, this is an increase your score or your money back. So if you don't get a raise in score, you will get your money back because I'm not in it just to make money. My goal is to help students get the scores that they need. So you get the job, you get the bonus, you get the career, you get everything that you want out of your military career. For me, I just finished drill. My military career has given me a lot more than I could have asked for. And so hopefully I can help you guys get the same. So feel free to reach out, hit me up on DMs. If you have any questions, just let me know. And we'll see you guys next week. All right. Have a great one, everybody. Last thing before you go, just a little more information on that upcoming boot camp starting November 3rd. It's going to be 6 weeks long. So right here, I'm only showing the first 4 weeks. We're going to cover math, English, science. The last 2 weeks, it's going to be a little more student involvement, so you kind of get to pick. It's going to be classes Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Those are going to be live recordings. So if you miss a class, you can always rewatch the Zoom recording. I'm going to make sure all the students get it. And then we'll be doing weekly checks. So every week you'll have a practice test to make sure that your score is going up. And yeah, I'm looking forward to helping you guys increase those comprehensions and really like get the best ASVAB score possible. So looking forward to working with you guys. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to comment them anywhere and I'll be happy to answer. All right. Have a happy Monday, guys. Take care.